Hello, everyone. This is Terry with your Aquarius full moon reading, and I am recording this right now with Mercury, Sun, Cazimi, and an exact conjunction to my Leo ascendant. So that's got to be good for communicating, right? And maybe you're feeling that Mercury, Sun, Cazimi too, and in Leo, wherever Leo shows up for you. And I am recording this just as we're entering that Lionsgate alignment with Venus, Jupiter, Sirius conjunct. The exact conjunction will be on August 12th, but they have been dancing together all month. And this is the most powerful Lionsgate 888 portal. I've been talking about this all month, and I recorded a separate Lionsgate portal video that explains why this is so auspicious. And I will link it down below. And I still have 2 spots left in my Lionsgate Reiki class happening on August 8th and August 9th. And I also recorded a Lionsgate sound healing. I have such a funny story. I'm going to tell you really quick that one of my clients from Seattle was listening to this Lionsgate recording. It's a sound healing, and I infuse it with Reiki for manifesting your dream desires. And she had this dream of being on a liveaboard yacht, and it was just magical. And she's really somebody who's trying to manifest both love and money. Like I say, everybody wants love and money. If you can have both, it's magical. And then out of the blue, I can't remember exactly how it happened, but out of the blue, somebody reached out to her, and it was a man, and he invited her to dinner on his yacht. And it just all felt like it came out of a dream. And this is the kind of crazy manifestations that can happen when you are tapping into this Lionsgate portal. It's these quantum leaps where you have this like fantasy of being on a yacht, and then the next thing you know, you're getting an invitation by this beautiful man to come aboard his yacht for dinner. And so I just want to give a shout out that try listening to this Lionsgate music. I put all the distance Reiki master symbols, the shining diamond light symbols in this recording so that you can connect to your heart for whatever you want to ask, believe, and receive. And there's just something about this music. It's based on this wealth frequency where things begin to align when you listen to this music. I recorded 3 full hours so you can just drift off into sleep with it. It's beautiful. And this Aquarius full moon, we have an incredible kite transit on this full moon with that mystical, magical trine of Uranus in Gemini, Neptune, Saturn in Aries, and Pluto in Aquarius that is happening in the first to second degree of each sign. So, if you are an Aries, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, you will really be feeling it. And we've also got Mars in Libra that is pulling the strings on the kite right now. We are all being called to step into our power, our own personal power, and really become who we are meant to be and do the thing and answer the calling. We all have some calling, divine soul calling. And you can learn more about this transit in a long video I did about it because this trine, this mystical, magical trine of alchemy, where we can turn lead into gold, we will be in this. We're soaking in it already, and we'll be in this trine for the next 3 years as we really awaken to this brave new world with all these planets in the first and second degree. We are entering a new era, a collective awakening into the unknown. And it is an exciting time to be alive. I feel lucky to be alive right now. And this full moon at Aquarius, 17 degrees, is going to cross right over that Pluto in Aquarius at 2 degrees. And Pluto rules over people and power and their secrets. And full moons always illuminate the truth, right? The full moon shines a light on what is going on. So I think we could have some profound realizations and things will come up. The moon will shine a light on it. Pluto and Aquarius, the great revealer. I think we can really find out more about the Epstein files and Trump's involvement. I mean, it just seems so obvious. I don't even know why we're still talking about it. But the Sabian symbols that I cover at the end of this report really confirm that a person in power is about to be unmasked and to be seen for who they really are. I'm here for it. Can't wait. And Pluto in Aquarius is still in retrograde, really hovering over that 1 to 2 degree point. And Pluto will remain in Aquarius until 2043. So this is a long transit. And if you want to know more about Pluto and Aquarius, I did a separate recording, Pluto and Aquarius, Evolve or Die Trying, and I'll link to that in the description. And we are just under a lot of retrograde still. We still now we just got Chiron stationing retrograde, bringing that healing crisis, bringing all of our wounds up to the surface to be healed. And our world itself is just needing so much deep divine healing. Top of mind is everyone starving in Gaza. And when you think about the butterfly effect, if you know the butterfly effect, where a butterfly flapping its wings can have this ripple effect throughout the world, changing weather patterns, what is all this suffering doing to our own collective consciousness right now? Aquarius is about humanitarian efforts. Aquarius is about collective consciousness. When one person's suffering, we all feel it on some level. And so, just like the butterfly effect, we are all affected by these tragedies that are happening in our world I never thought I would see. Sometimes I think I unleashed something one day. My son and I were just talking about, he was talking about, the whole Nazi situation. They were studying it in school, and I said, "We've never really had anything bad happen in in my generation." And it was like a week after that we had the pandemic started, and then it has gone downhill since then. Be really mindful of how you use your words and what you say, because ever since I said nothing really bad has happened, and it will and nothing like that would ever happen again. And sure enough, here we are. Things like that are happening. And I am sending Reiki to the situation, but not in a deeply attached way. If you are a Reiki healer, maybe you've taken a Reiki class from me and you know how to use the symbols. I like to say you can send distance Reiki, but don't be attached to the outcome. Don't get too attached to the feeling. I'm too energetically sensitive to get really attached to the feeling of sending this Reiki. And the beautiful thing about Reiki, or even sending prayers or meditating and having positive intentions, is that we can send this distance Reiki with symbols in this detached way, or maybe you can pray about it just in a detached way where you just send it up to a higher power to help, knowing that the energy itself, the prayer, it will all take care of the rest. I don't have to be attached to the outcome. I don't have to be all stressed out about it. I can just send Reiki to everyone in Gaza to pray that they are fed and find nourishment. And then food did arrive the next morning after I sent distance Reiki. I saw a whole news about food arriving finally. So if we can all hold them in our hearts and just imagine the outcome we want to see without getting so attached, we can just send love and compassion and energy to the situation. We can be like that butterfly flapping its wings, affecting places far off. And the highest vibration you can send them is love. So don't get into a fear state. Stay in a place of love when you're sending these good vibrations. And we also we have Chiron retrograde right now, but I was looking ahead to the Chiron. I can't wait for Chiron and Aries to be over because it has been a Chiron return for so many of us, Gen X generation. If you were born between 1969 to 1976, you have been soaking in your Chiron return since 2019. And looking ahead, Saturn and Chiron are going to be in a massive conjunction on February 2026 because Saturn is in Aries right now. And when Saturn catches up to Chiron in Aries, February 2026, mark it on your calendar. That is going to be a pivotal point of no return for the health and wellness of our planet, the health and wellness of our world. That is going to be a massive healing crisis moment for all of us. And so, it's not that far away. That's just February 2026. It's coming pretty quick. I'm getting thunder and lightning as I'm recording this. I don't know if you can hear it. But going back to the retrograde, Saturn is still in retrograde until November 15th, and Mercury is retrograde until August 11th. And just when we catch our breath from those, we will have Uranus going retrograde on September 1st, bringing unexpected events to the beginning of the school year. This sounds like a teacher strike to me. And then we will have eclipses, and then Jupiter will go retrograde in October. So the fun never stops when you follow astrology. There's so much to learn. And of course, in August, we will be going into a hurricane month in the 9-star key. I hope you made your money for the last 2 metal months because when we go into that hurricane, it's going to be very volatile energy. And I'm going to talk about that in my 9-star key recording. I'm working on that right now, trying to break it to you easy that this hurricane is going to bring massive change. And I just want to share a simple mindfulness technique that we can all do right now to just sort of catch our breath. Remember, Aquarius is the water bearer, but Aquarius is really an air sign. So this is a time to honor the breath, to be taking those deep breaths. And I learned this technique from Betsy Bergstrom, one of my teachers in Seattle. It's simply called catching your breath. And with pure, clear air, we can visualize this at any time. Just envision yourself momentarily lifted out of whatever is going on in your usual life, whatever stresses or anything going on. You can just lift yourself up into a blue sky spaciousness, as if you are floating above the concerns, the news, anything that's got you worried about your daily or global life. And mystics, yogis, and energy practitioners find this spaciousness at higher altitude is an aid to meditation. Just like there can be smog from dust or pollutants in our air, there is an energy smog of everybody stressing out in our world. And I think we're kind of under that energy fog, this gray fog that is everybody worrying about what's happening and what's going on. So we can just allow ourselves to rise up above this energetic smog into the clarity of a crystal clear, fresh breath, this fresh mana filled air, just by simply taking a moment right here, right now. We will close our eyes and just take a deep breath. And envision that you are sitting at the top of a mountain Or perhaps you are at the top of a hill or butte overlooking the lovely clear skies around you. And maybe you even want to imagine you're in a hot air balloon floating up, up, and away from it all. And just take this moment to breathe in the purest, fresh air deep into your lungs. And all the thoughts about what's going on hold less importance in this vast spaciousness when you get up high above it all. And you can just find a little more peace when you imagine being above the energetic smog. And you can offer this precious spaciousness and this blessing of fresh air to someone who needs to catch their breath as well. Because when you share this idea of rising above it all, maybe you want to do this with your children before they go to bed at night. Sharing it with more people makes our whole world a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter every time somebody rises above the smog and catches their breath by breathing in that fresh air. Then a little bit of that energetic smog is dissipated and the skies become clear again. And now I just want to read the Sabian symbol for this Aquarius, 17 degrees. A watchdog stands guard, protecting his master and all of his possessions. And the keynote is a need for protection. And under present day social conditions, an individual needs protection against an ever growing encroachment of society upon his theoretically recognized right to lead a private life from public interference. And this reveals a need to protect oneself, even from astral intrusions or black magic or negativity. This could represent being protected by a higher power. We can call in our ancestors, spirit guides, elementals, or guardian angels. And the state of affairs where a person needs protection results from a society that has been glorified with competition, ambition, and success and monetary gain at any cost that leads to theft and violence. And this was so interesting. I just wanted to look at the progression because it sounds like we might finally be getting a glimpse of the Epstein files, because the next Sabian symbol we're moving into Aquarius, 18 degrees. A man's secret motives are being publicly unmasked. And the difficulty for the modern individual to keep a secret his private past or old deep motives. And there's a struggle here between the power of society and the rights of an individual that leads the media and innumerable government agencies to find access to the remains or records of past actions of bad behavior. If this doesn't sound like revealing the secrets of the Epstein files, and this Mercury retrograde in Leo says secrets will be revealed, I mean, it is coming, people. And the psychologists penetrate the deepest secrets by analysis, and an individual whose activities have to remain secret will be engaged in a constant struggle to hide who they really are. This person needs the help of higher powers as well as protective agencies that he may place at his service. Yet time will tell. With an unmasking of this person's personal secrets, it may refer to the publicizing of past bad behavior. Ooh, yes, let us find out if Trump is in the Epstein files. Do you think he is? I do believe he might be. I'm really looking forward to this Aquarius full moon. crossing over Pluto and shining a light on all of this. And I am so excited to be in this magical Lionsgate portal with a triangle of alchemy. I mean, can it get any better than this? This is some juicy astrology, and I'm not even thinking about that August hurricane just yet. I'm just going to enjoy this full moon, and I hope you do too. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.